Sup fam, welcome to the Mrs. Reddit channel. I'm your host, Karen Monroe. Today we decide who is the jerk, where Mama and Papa Karen accuse OP of spying on their kids. Before we get started, do me a favor, subscribe, and don't forget to hit the notification bell so you never miss an episode. Am I the jerk for making a scene of my adult son and sticking my nose in his marriage? Here's some important background information. My daughter-in-law, 32, and son, 33, have 3 children aged 3 and 2 years old and a 4-month-old. He convinced her to be a stay-at-home mom and sell her business by telling her how good of a childhood he had and how happy my marriage was. I found out today that he did not tell her that my arrangement was housework and childcare before 9 a.m. and after 5 p.m. was split 50-50, and Sunday was my day off. On to the story. On my last visit, I noticed my daughter-in-law was struggling mentally. So me, my sister, and her girlfriend pulled our money together and paid for a spa weekend for both her and my son, while I babysat the kids for her birthday. I was preparing on Thursday evening for the kids to arrive when my daughter-in-law called me. She was holding back tears, saying they won't be going on the spa weekend because my son's friend came to town and he wanted to spend the weekend catching up with him. I pressed her a little on her situation, and she came clean about him doing no chores, no date nights, and her basically doing all of the childcare because, quote, that's what stay-at-home moms do. I was honestly disgusted. I convinced her to drop the kids off with me and bring a friend to the spa. I even dipped into my savings to give her $500 to buy herself something nice. When she dropped off the kids, I begged her to tell me where my son was. After 5 minutes, she told me he was at the bar. She left for the spa while I left for the bar. She knew I was going there and knew my sister would take care of the kids. Here's where I might be the jerk. I went to the bar where he and his friend were. I sat down next to them and I asked my son, did I fail you as a mother or was it your father? Because we both thought your partner comes first before your silly drunk friends. Long story short, I humiliated him and I got myself banned from the bar. My daughter-in-law said she will take the kids to her parents when she gets back tomorrow, and my son is calling me a jerk for humiliating him and sticking my nose in his marriage. Maybe I should have stayed out of it. I don't know. I think someone in the comments summed it up perfectly. OP, you didn't stick your nose into his marriage. He brought you into his marriage. If for no other reason, that gave you every right to intervene right there. Not a jerk. And I couldn't agree more. Am I the jerk for telling my girlfriend that she can't be in a family photo at an upcoming wedding? I come from a big but close family. Just as an example, my grandmother has 15 siblings, and she and my grandpa had 12 children themselves. We have like 8 weddings a year within the family. More than a decade ago, my family made a rule. Significant others can only be in family photos when the relationship has lasted a year. This rule came to be after too many family photos were ruined by exes being there. Yes, my family is dramatic like that. And of course, after a year, things can still go wrong and photos can still be ruined, but at least it is less likely. I have been dating my girlfriend for about 6 months, and we are in a serious relationship. One of my cousins is getting married soon, and she is invited. When I told her about the rule, she found it absolutely ridiculous and was insulted. I told her we can still get a nice photo together and also with my parents and siblings, but she just couldn't be in the big family photo. She was still mad and said that she wouldn't come if I didn't demand she be in the family photo as well. The thing is, I generally believe in this rule, not because I doubt my relationship, but because I've seen that it works. Am I the jerk for not demanding she be in the family photo like she says? Is this rule ridiculous? OP, I think your girlfriend being so upset should be a red flag. You have only been together for 6 months. There is absolutely no telling if you two will stay together. She should be happy to be invited and be allowed to be in most of the other pictures. The family rule is not ridiculous, but your girlfriend seems like she is. Before our last story, hit that like button and leave a comment down below letting us know what you would do if you weren't allowed in the family photo. I personally would not care. I'm just here for the shrimp cocktail and open bar. Am I the jerk? Neighbor says I'm making them uncomfortable being around their kids. I, 40 male, live in a somewhat rural place. Decent land between houses and a lot of forest. In between me and my neighbor's land, there's a decent-sized pond. Technically, it's all on my land, but one side of it is surrounded by the neighbor's land. I upgraded the dock about 15 years ago, so it's pretty nice. I go down to the pond somewhat often. I usually am down there for a few hours in the evening with my dog, my work computer, and sometimes a drink. My neighbors are in their late 20s, early 30s, moved in a few years ago. They have a pair of young kids, both under 10. I guess maybe 5 or 6 and 8 or 9 years old. Their backyard is not far from where I sit in the evening, and neither of our yards are fenced in. Every few days, the kids come outside when I am down by the pond. I ignore them, but about a week ago, my neighbors approached me and asked if I would go inside or somewhere else when their kids were outside. They said I made them feel uncomfortable letting their kids go in the backyard and that their kids are also scared of my dog. I do not pay attention to their kids. I'm usually facing away from them, but I do get why they would not want their kids outside alone with me nearby, since they may feel uneasy about them being around a man they don't know very well. My dog is always tied up when he's on the dock with me. He never barks when we're down there, and usually he just naps. He's a fairly large dog, but there is almost no chance he could or would hurt them. They also expressed concern about me drinking. I do not get anywhere near the point of being intoxicated. It's at most one drink when I do have one. And I have one maybe a couple times a month. I told them that I appreciate them reaching out to me, but I'm not gonna stop. This week, I kept doing it, and I got a somewhat angry letter. I'm honestly starting to doubt if I should just head inside when they come out. Am I the jerk for not listening to them, and will I be the jerk if I keep doing what I'm doing? Edit. The pond is basically inaccessible from everywhere except the dock due to plants, so there is almost no chance the kids could fall in. God forbid you enjoy what sounds like a lovely evening in your own backyard. If your neighbors are so concerned, maybe it's time for them to build a fence so their kids can't be out of their sight. I don't know. As someone in the comment section said, as a mom of young kids, it's important to teach them to be good neighbors too, by letting them play quietly and do their own thing without interrupting your joy of using your own property. I couldn't agree more. That's all for today. Click on this playlist for more Mrs. Reddit episodes. See you soon. Girlfriend seems like she is. I'm not saying cheers.
Your girlfriend's short.